Teofimo disses Gervonta Tank Davis. Mayweather Promotions quickly responds to that. And we're going to find out about that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys throw a like on the video. It goes a long way when you guys do that. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Ego, your host. I drop all things boxing, some UFC. This is your one-stop shop. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Teofimo had a subliminal diss. He says, and I quote, "If he's a tank, then I'm a nuke." And then he put a volcano. It says hashtag blessed and grateful, right? So to me, this is obviously a subliminal diss at Gervonta Davis, whose nickname is Tank. I don't know what prompted this or what came about. You know, he was on the top ranked card for Oscar Valdez, and he just randomly said that. But to me, it sounds like a play on words. So that's what I'm interpreting it as, is Teofimo's getting at Tank Davis. You know, it's the wordplay and whatever. He said blessed and grateful. Someone in the comment section said, focus on George Camboso's first, he's hungry. Teofimo responded to that, and he said, I'm starving. So we're going to see Mr. Starving. And what did Leonard Ellerbe say? Let's check him out. Mayweather Promotions own. Now, oh, shout out to Leonard right there. He just retweeted me. So Leonard follows me. Shout out to him and whole Mayweather Promotions. I tweeted this. So quick detour. I says, we got to get my Twitter up to 10,000 followers. We got to get that up so I can monetize the platform. Hashtag new goals, same vision. Hashtag legend, hashtag ego. So shameless plug. Make sure you go to my Twitter and follow that at Boxingego. I'm going to be doing some different things and kind of connecting it with my YouTube. Also, YouTube isn't sending notifications out, but I'm posting my videos on Twitter as well. So it's a good opportunity for you guys to catch the videos in case you didn't get them. And look, this is another post Leonard Ellerbe was laughing at of mine. This was after Oscar Valdez fight. I said, y'all wanted Oscar Valdez versus Gervonta Davis in my comment section after the Berlanga fight, LOL. This is Oscar Valdez with some tea after beating his opponent allegedly 117 to 110 in his adopted home of Arizona, LOL, Valdez Concepcion. As you guys can see, it looked like a pretty rough night for Oscar Valdez. His face is wearing the markings of a really tough fight. A lot of people thought he lost the fight. In my opinion, this performance solidified what I already knew, that Gervonta Davis and Oscar Valdez is not the fight that a lot of the Tank haters thought it would be. You know, Oscar Valdez has had too many spotty performances with Adam Lopez and got his jaw broken in the Scott Quigg fight. And then now the Bearchelt performance is in question because he failed a banned substance test, right? Failed a banned substance test. So that was the same year as the failed test. So it's kind of an asterisk by that. But back to Teofimo. Let's talk about what he said. So a fan says, I like the confidence from Teofimo Lopez, but stop. Tank Davis, Leonard Ellerbe, get y'all mans. To which Leonard Ellerbe said this, A-side takeover. He was first fighting at the Marlins Park, and that has a capacity of over 35,000 and ain't sold 2,000 tickets by fight week. Wow. According to Mayweather Promotions, he's saying that Teofimo wasn't selling tickets. Now, Gervonta Davis also believes this because he previously said that he didn't believe that Teofimo had the Rona as reported. He believed that he wasn't selling tickets. After all this, him and his dad, Teofimo and his pops, ran around and pretty much got big-headed, I feel. After they had a great win as a duo and people respected it versus Vasyl Lomachenko. But part of that, Lomachenko was kind of overstated, I'll say. I don't want to say overrated, but just overstated, overrated, whatever you want to say. And it was still a good signature win for Teofimo, but Teofimo, after that win, is like almost got big-headed, and he was saying things like, I'm the A-side over Gervonta Davis, and I made videos about it at the time, which we'll get more into. His dad was saying, we got J-Lo, and we're going to do 2 million buys on pay-per-view, and a lot of it sound like just talk. Teofimo was also saying that he's only fighting on pay-per-view, which to me, it doesn't really sound feasible because Teofimo is outside a Triller pay-per-view, and that's just because they're putting that fight in pay-per-view. But normally, Teofimo fights on Top Rank, and Bob Arum, first of all, when is the last time Top Rank really did a pay-per-view by themselves? So not Deontay Wilder Fury, which is a joint with PBC. They're not really set up to, that's not really their lane from what I've seen. The last time I can even think of because they lost Pacquiao and then the pay-per-views really stopped. The last person that I can remember they put on pay-per-view that flopped was Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. You know what I mean? So Teofimo running around saying he's going to do 2 million and, you know, he's not fighting unless it's pay-per-view and he's fighting for $5 million minimums. I'm not even sure if Bob Arum is set up to pay his fighters like that. That's why I think a lot of fighters have left. But needless to say, Teofimo and Bob Arum and Top Rank, they renegotiated the contract or whatever and amended portions of it. So after this Triller fight, we'll see what happens. But back to it. So let me get back to it. It says A-side takeover. T.O., he was first fighting in the Marlins Park, has a capacity over 35,000, and he ain't sell 2,000 tickets by fight week. I'm sure he'll sell out Madison Square Garden Theater in New York, though, and they initially said they doing 2 million buys on pay-per-view. Remember, they got J-Lo. I'm buying the fight 100. Now, it goes to show you that I'm a young legend in the making because Leonard Ellerbe, y'all know who popularized this. We got J-Lo. I've been saying that. It's a reoccurring joke on my channel. And now you got Leonard Ellerbe who said it too. Remember, they got J-Lo. So these are the comments from Teofimo's own father. We got J-Lo and all this and that, and we're going to do 2 million. And we'll see. We'll see what type of numbers it produces. But to me, all of that Teofimo Sr. was saying sounded very far-fetched because you have Canelo Alvarez, and I think he could do very well on the PBC platform in an undisputed fight with Caleb Plant because he has a great dance partner. But on DAZN, I'm positive he's not doing those type of numbers, the 2 million. So how is Teofimo, who has less history on pay-per-view than Canelo Alvarez, how is he gonna do 2 million? It just doesn't sound realistic. You know what I mean? Jake Paul is great at marketing, and I don't even know if he's doing those type of numbers. I don't think he is. You know what I mean? I don't even think his numbers came out with the fight that he just had with Tyron Woodley. But whatever. So that's that. Leonard Ellerbe says he was going to be in a capacity of 35,000 and he ain't sell 2,000 tickets. Mayweather just fought against Logan Paul in Florida as well. And they probably know people. You know, it's a small town and state, and people talk, right? So I think that's probably inside intel that he got that makes him believe that they were struggling at the ticket sales, because he keeps double downing on this. He keeps double downing on this and saying that T.O. wasn't selling, T wasn't selling. So I believe he probably has industry sources that pushed him in that direction. Now, a fan said, crying emoji, J-Lo will knock somebody out cold. I heard Mitch Green was going to be on the card. Oh, wow. They roasting. In all seriousness, he's a very good fighter. I jerk his chain once in a while because of the dumb comments him and his pops made about being the A-side. They know boxing, but they're clueless about the business. In my opinion, he needs to let his promoter do the business talk and focus on doing his job in the ring. So that's coming from one promoter to the fighter and trainer tandem. I don't know what sparked this whole situation with him bringing Tank's name up, but that's more proof that Teofimo is not the A-side, because last time I seen Gervonta Davis was getting jewelry. You know what I'm saying? He was getting like a new grill put in his mouth and things like that. And randomly Teofimo, who has an upcoming fight, is talking about Tank Davis. Like there's nothing that I've heard, and I'm really tapped in with boxing. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys do a great job of keeping me informed and send me articles and stuff. I haven't heard Teofimo's name uttered by Tank Davis. So for him to randomly bring it up, it goes to show you who's the real A-side, which is what I told you. And it's ironic because the great thing about my channel is I'm going to remind you. Y'all must have forgot that I'm tight with D, like Roy Jones said. I'm going to remind you. I'm going to remind you of what you did. I'm going to remind you of what you said. And when I made the videos a few months ago, probably at the end of last year, several months ago, when Teofimo first said he was the A-side over Tank, I said, absolutely not. Old media ran with it because they believe in it's therapeutic to just say whatever they want. And they listen to Teofimo's dad. They listen to Teofimo's talk. And a lot of the racists and detractors and Tank haters, they ran around proclaiming that Teofimo was the anointed one with the Lomachenko win. Listen, very good win for his career, but that doesn't automatically make you the A-side because you beat Lomachenko. Because according to Leonard Ellerbe of Mayweather Promotions, you were struggling to sell tickets. And to me, this has to be true. If Triller's given $6 million to this particular fight with Kambosos, they wanted it in Australia where it was going to be at another big venue. Teofimo's team refuted that, didn't want the quarantine. And then previous to that, it was supposed to be in Florida. You canceled the week of the fight saying you have Rona, and there was conflicting reports if Teo was at home, if he was in Vegas, if he was in Italy. I made videos about all that. And then now they're putting you in New York where you're from, or your second home, because he's really from Florida. And they're putting you in a venue that holds 5,600 people. Tank just fought in Atlanta for the second time in recent memory, and he sold out the place with like 17,000 tickets. And he's doing $5 million live gates. Teofimo versus Lomachenko wasn't on pay-per-view. And now Teofimo's saying he's never going to rematch Lomachenko. So he really doesn't, outside of this Kambosos, because Triller is choosing to put it on pay-per-view. When he goes back to Top Rank, even if he beats Kambosos, which I do think is a tough fight. I got videos coming about that. I think that's a tough fight, and that's no guarantee. That's no gimme, you know. But even if he does come back victorious and keeps his titles, there's no definite pay-per-view path for him on Top Rank right now, because Josh Taylor's talking about moving to 47. So if he doesn't fight Josh Taylor and Taylor moves up, then who's Teofimo going to fight on pay-per-view? You know, so it's not that easy of just saying you're a pay-per-view star and, you know, people are just supposed to believe you and take you at face value. That's not how it works. And beating Lomachenko doesn't make you a pay-per-view star. This is all of what I said. Go check those old videos and revisit them. So I agree with Leonard Ellerbe, you know, 2 million forecasts and stuff for pay-per-view. It's not going to happen. You know, if I'm ever wrong, I'll make an updated video and tell you, but I really don't see that happening. I think Teofimo, in addition, I'm going to double down on that. Teofimo, in my opinion, lost a lot of steam from the Lomachenko fight, because that was in October. You've been out the ring for about a year by the time you fight Kambosos. Right now, they moved you into a venue that holds 5,600. The Triller Evander Holyfield card was horrific, and you're about to fight on that same platform, and the cards on Triller, boxing-wise, have gotten progressively worse, in my honest opinion. The musical guests are like lower budget, and it just, the whole production, it was real jumbled. A lot of people were disappointed with the outcome of how the Holyfield fight looked. You know, it just looked farcical. And this is the platform. You have to go off ESPN to fight a dangerous fight with Kambosos, and you lost a lot of steam from the Lomachenko fight with pulling out of the fight, being out of the ring so long. And this new generation is doing a lot of talking. Like Ryan Garcia, Teofimo, it's a lot of talking. But that's my opinion. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think it is. There's no way Teofimo's the A-side, like I told you before. Tank's doing bigger live gates. Tank's last 2 fights, and he's coming back, I think, in like October, November, December, right? He's been on pay-per-view his last few fights. And I guarantee you Tank's doing more on pay-per-view than the Kambosos fight. So he's generating more. He's making more. He's doing bigger live gates. He's before bigger crowds in NBA stadiums. I mean, this is common sense. And his situation is a lot more secure. Like, he's a PBC fighter. He's fighting on Showtime, PBC. You know what I mean? Instead of Teofimo, who had to go to Triller to try to get more money because Bob Arum wasn't trying to pay. And now it was awkward when he was on ESPN for the Oscar Valdez fight because they have to interview him about his upcoming fight where he's defending all his titles that's going to be off platform. So that was really awkward having Teofimo with Mark Kriegel and them at the podium at the Oscar Valdez fight in Tucson, Arizona. And he gets to talk about his fight, but his fight is not even going to be on their network. And he's a ESPN top ranked fighter, or at least Top Rank has an exclusive deal with ESPN. So it's just kind of all over the place. That's my time. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my affiliate links in the description. I'm out. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.